joining me is the president of Wake Up Sonoma, who is sponsoring that event, Lisa Storment. Lisa, welcome. Oh,
Here.
sorry. I didn't have your mic on. Welcome, Lisa. Now I got you live.
Oh, all right.
Hi.
Hi, Ronnie. Good to.
Yeah. So, congratulations. I know that the event this Saturday is sold out. People are interested, huh? To say the
Yeah, it
least.
seems to be. Yeah, this will be our fifth event talking about
Mm-hmm.
uh, Christian nationalism, basically, and each one of them has been sold out, including the one on Saturday.
Right. Before the last one was you showed a film, I believe. Was that the film event at the Sebastian, the Bad Faith film?
Yeah, that was Bad Faith,
Mm-hmm.
and Peter Coyote, who was at there for that panel, will be also in this panel on Saturday.
He was my last interview on last Thursday, and good insights, good insights, good questions, and I loved how he kind of just threaded the needle. Well, all of the guests had done this. They just kind of threaded the needle of, although this might be, some people might be kind of hearing about this for the first time. It's the impacts are felt, and there's a lot of history actually to this that's still being unraveled.
Yeah, and I think that what has been quite elevated this year is Project 2025, which has
Mm.
really put a fine point on the risks
Hmm.
that we're facing.
Yeah, it really exposed the political aspirations, the aspirations for power that's his particular point of view has, and what that means for others, given that they have a pretty strict ideology about who's American, who's Christian, who's allowed, what the status of certain people are, etc. Troubling stuff.
Yeah, and and I know Peter Coyote also made this point, as did Brad,
Hmm.
that Christian nationalism really isn't about Christianity.
Right.
It's about power and influence. And so when people hear us talking about the threat of Christian nationalism, we are not talking about the threat of Christianity.
Hmm.
And I hope your listeners are really clear on that.
Yeah, I think that was something. I mean, well, we had Brad Onishi, of course, is he's someone who was deep in the evangelical faith, and that was one of the first points that he made. It's just that there's really needs to be a clear separation, of what that we're talking about, something very specific. It was nice that I could ask each of them what their definition of it was, and and
Right.
and part of that in defining it, it was by defining what it's not, and it is not Christianity, which is a breadth. It is something that is a bit of a mutation, if you will.
It's a political movement, really.
Right. And congratulations, as an organization. Yeah, congratulations, and it feels a little weird in the to talk about something so serious. But I'm just glad to see that people are showing up to have a discussion, get educated. Awareness is really important, so these things don't just happen out in the shadows and aren't just considered to be fringe. I think because we have to know that minority power, meaning smaller groups, maybe with very radical ideas, can have tremendous influence and put us going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, and it's important for people to educate themselves about this before they vote
Right.
because there's an impact on whether or not Project 2025 becomes something that is a reality
Mm-hmm.
in this upcoming vote.
Mm-hmm. So that is this Saturday, folks. Even if you can't make it to the event, I'm sure there'll be lots of news about it, and as well, you can go to the website, and if you wakeupsonoma.com and you hover over the events tab, Bad Faith, what can we do? Question mark. You can get you in the right direction for finding that film.
Yeah, we have a separate tab
Mm-hmm.
on our website that's just specifically for Project 2025.
Right.
Following this panel, we are going to be videotaping the whole thing, and we will be putting it up on YouTube, and then it will eventually end up on our website.
Oh, great.
So if you can't come, you'll be able to see the whole event.
So the key proposals are there on the website, a PDF that you can download to read information to really get an understanding of kind of who's behind this Project 2025, what are their aspirations, the history, and what we might want to do about it if we're concerned. So we'll switch.
Yeah.
So, and that's at Wake Up Sonoma. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead,
wanted
Lisa.
to make a point, though, that
Yep.
Wake Up Sonoma is a nonprofit organization. We are not advocating for any particular party or any particular candidate. This Project 2025 does not, we advocate for democracy. We don't assume that people have any particular position on based on their political affiliation on Project 2025, because it's about defending democracy.
Mm-hmm.
And democracy affects all of us, no matter how we vote,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of our, what party you're affiliated with.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that comes out from that panel that does promote a particular party or candidate is not necessarily the opinion of Wake Up Sonoma.
Right. Yeah. I also always need to point out that, the views and opinions expressed here on KSVY are those of the individual hosts like me, our guests. They do not necessarily reflect any official position of KSVY or Sonoma TV or their affiliated organizations. So just please note that these opinions that come out in some of these conversations are those of the speakers alone. And we invite your questions, we invite your discretion. We invite you to, go out and find out more and think for yourselves. Absolutely.
Yes.
Moving on, another from that, and because Wake Up Sonoma does a lot of different things. We are actually running a PSA now for a really interesting, I think, first sort of event of this nature in our valley. MasQUEERade, a queer youth dance party that's coming up in October. Tell us about it, Lisa.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sonoma Valley is home to quite a few LGBTQ youth.
Mm.
And we have never had in Sonoma Valley an actual sort of, people like to think of it as a prom, but we're actually not calling this a prom. We're calling it a queer teen dance, which is just going to be about fun, sort of along the lines of a gala.
Mm.
And we've just never had anything like that for the youth here in Sonoma Valley. It's always been that kids have had to go out of the community to go to a dance in Santa Rosa or Petaluma or Rohnert Park, other places. So we're really excited to be able to put this together with a grant from the Horizons Foundation of San Francisco. We have also other sponsors that are helping us out with this is Sonoma County Pride. We've actually got a significant donation from the cheese factory, which is really cool given the history of the cheese factory, which has been, a place that we've picketed in the past, and now we're partnering with them.
Right.
So partnering.
The wheel turns, yes.
Yeah.
And the backstory on that, probably many are familiar with, but we'll save that we'll revisit that later.
Yeah. And we also have a number of people within the community that are helping us out. We have several individual donors who are community members who have donated just because they feel like this is important for our youth. And we have a lot of restaurants that are also donating great food. We have also 16600 Winery donated money to for us to work with mixology to create these fantastic mocktails.
Oh, right on.
For the coming. We have there are some women, a volunteer organization in the community that's going to come and put up a dress up tent we're going to be doing hair and makeup. And the other organization that we're doing this with is a company called THTR. and they are an LGBTQ event planning organization for all the community events in the county, actually.
Hmm.
And they are donating a significant amount of their time to help us with this. And it's just going to be very well produced. There's going to be fluorescent lighting. There's going to be a drag queen. There's going to be two great performers that are also DJs.
I
There's
know DJ Diop, well, not personally, but I mean I know of her work and the music and events that she does. When I saw that, I was like, wow, this event's going to go off.
yeah,
Yeah, she brings it, and
yeah,
then you have you have Staria, the SF based drag queen, a circus performer. I mean, it is really going to be something else.
really great. Yeah.
Quite a gift. I read here the goal is to prove a sense of connection, pride, feeling at home, hope for the future, and celebration of your individual differences.
Yeah, I mean that's we do have this perception that all of the queer people who live here are very comfortable. But when you're younger and you live in this community and you're looking for a place where you can actually connect with people that are like you
Mm,
and just really be whoever you are. So we're encouraging the attendees to just dress however they want to dress. We will have things for them to choose from if they want, and to just bring with them, uh, either people that they're romantically involved with or not, just friends. That's one thing that I have heard people talk about with these teen dances is that, in this kind of a teen dance where we're encouraging people who are queer and allies, there's really a lot more connection with friendships
mm-hmm.
than there are necessarily romantically than you might see at a traditional
Mm-hmm.
prom. The pressure is off around
Right.
bringing a date or,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and then we're also hoping to encourage queer teens from all over Sonoma County so that the youth here in Sonoma Valley can connect with people in other parts of our county that
Yeah.
are like them.
Absolutely wise. I mean, growing up here as a kid anyway, sometimes, with, wine industry being the focus and tourism, being such an important part of who we are and people coming to visit and, you know, as a youth, sometimes you can kind of just feel like, you know, what are we going to do? The slow noma, this sort of idea. Now magnify that if you are, in a community where it's almost like a desert island in ways, especially if you're youth, and even
For culture,
yeah,
for culture.
we have some powerful allies gaining momentum for adults to come together, as LGBTQ plus, but where's the youth element? So this was, I can't really think of where people were really addressing that and creating some space. It happens organically, but not in a nice formal like this.
Yeah, there are some queer spaces in Sonoma for teens. Positive Images does a
Yes.
queer
Hmm.
art club, and there's a queer journal club.
Sonoma Community
And there,
Center is on the cut too. They've been doing some really good work there.
but just in terms of just being, dress up,
Hmm.
feel really good
Yeah.
in your,
Yeah.
just come out and dance, and we're gonna have a runway show.
Oh, the
I
lineup,
mean,
I mean, so much art and color in this alone. So
yeah,
it's
it's gonna be
great. What a blessing.
fantastic. And one pitch that I want to make to your listeners is that we still are looking for sponsors, um, because this is, even though we do have a grant and we do have some very great sponsors, this is, an expensive thing for us to do.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
if you want, please reach out to me at wakeupsonoma@gmail.com.
Are you still looking for
And
chaperones also?
we are looking for chaperones and volunteers.
Cool.
So you can, reach out to me at wakeupsonoma@gmail.com, and I will pass along your name to our volunteer coordinator, Nikki Gibbons. And yeah, I mean, it's a community effort. We all want to be there for the kids. And I'm hoping that if you're listening to this and you have any if you want to be a part of the fun, just, reach out. We'll figure out how to get you involved.
WakeUpSonoma.com is where you go. Just click on that events tab and you can download the sponsor deck. You can get tickets. You can get more information and you can learn how to volunteer there. Lisa, always appreciate you coming in, and congratulations again on the success of selling out another event here in town. And I'll see you Saturday out there. We'll keep beating the drum for the MasQUEERade here at KSVY.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You got it. Have a great Thursday.
You too. Bye bye.